Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Let's Talk with the Morrell Brothers. I'm your host, Craig.
I'm Rain. Don.
Timo.
Thank you guys for joining us again. We want to, first and foremost, say thank you to all our viewers for your support. Um, we appreciate everything that you guys do. Thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to tackle a topic that...
Hey, Craig, you forgot to say much love to everybody in Grenada, Trinidad,
there you
the
go.
Caribbean. All you guys, appreciate the support, the feedback, the love. We love y'all.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So today we're gonna talk about a topic that is very dear to the panel, and it's on our hearts, and we all feel kind of passionate about this. The topic of discussion today is going to be the state of the African American community in the United States today. And Don, you're real passionate about it, so I'm gonna let you have the floor and start off today.
Oh man, that's something that's near and dear to me because every time I wake up in the morning and I look at myself, I see a black man. I see a black man getting up every morning and trying to get out there and make it. We already got so much things that we have against us, and I believe that, as a community, we need to show a little bit more support to our black brothers that wake up and get up in the morning and try to be it, right? Sometimes you need to let somebody know they're it, right? I don't believe like we get that look on our butts just because in the business that I do, I ran across a lot of high-profile black men, and the issue that I always had was, well, not an issue. It's not really an issue. It's just something that I noticed is that when we get to a certain level, especially in the corporation or entrepreneurship or whatever we do, we don't ever try to pass the game along, right? We always try to keep it to ourselves. And then you sit back and you look at other races, like the Hispanics. You see them come and everybody laugh and poke fun because you got 12 of them living in one house, right? But then you'll see another house built, or they'll buy another house down the street, and then you see 6 in one house and 6 in one house, and then you see them buy another house, and then you see they just spread, right? And then everybody's on their own because they have that unity, loyalty, yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. Right? Sometimes I feel like when a black person gets to a certain level, they forget about the community. They forget where they came from because now they made it, right? They're the it now, so they don't want to give the next man the game because they want you to look at him in a different light,
right?
And that kind of made me feel some type of way sometimes.
So for me, I believe that the system is set up to keep the black community separated. I think it's a systematic type deal for me. And if you look at the statistics, right? If you look at the statistics of the black men that are in prison, right? It says that 33% of the black male is incarcerated or will experience incarceration in his lifetime, and it's a very big disparity. What's the word? Disparity,
yeah,
right?
Disparity,
right? Compared to the other races, which is about 12%. So think about it, right? You got 33% of the black male experiencing incarceration in prison or in prison, compared to the other races, which is like 12%. And this is facts, right? And I really think it's a systematic, it's systematic, not racism, but it's
It's systematic racism, but let's get past that. My point is, and here's my point is, we could break that cycle,
Right.
and we got to take it upon ourselves to break that cycle. For
Okay.
instance, if we know that we have all the stats, we know that's all out there, right? But as an individual, right, and I'm speaking to every black man out there, every black woman out there, and I'm tired of, because I'm in a business where I deal with the general public, right? And I'm tired of the people that come, the general public that come to me, and as a black man, if we don't agree on something, the first thing you do is go tell the white man on me. I'm telling your boss. You ever notice that?
That is a fact.
But they'd be the first ones to say Black Lives Matter. But you see that young black man trying to make it, but you won't. As soon as you have some kind of disagreement or you don't agree with something, you can't sit down and have that conversation with that black man and come to some form of agreement, whether you don't like it or not, whether it's not in your favor, but you're supporting your community because it's a black man that's trying to make it or a black young lady that's trying to make it.
Now, like, I agree. It is systematically set for us to be divided. But like Don is saying, it's on us to unplug ourselves from the matrix.
Correct.
We've gotten to a point where we see the lies, we eat the lies, we hear the lies, and we just take it for what it is without questioning anything ourselves. And now we're protecting the lies that's being spewed to us and using the lies as facts. And we'll readily hold each other down rather than uplifting each other. You'll quickly see somebody call you a square for getting a 9 to 5 and be like, oh, he a boss. Because he out here hitting licks. He selling dope. He doing whatever. And because I'm getting it the legal way, I'm a square. I'm a sellout. Until we can get past that, the black community will forever be in turmoil.
Okay, so first I'm gonna say full disclaimer. We're not actually African Americans. We came from the Caribbean. All four of us.
But
So let me finish.
Hold on,
let me finish.
We're part of the community. I'm
No,
black.
let me finish. That's just my disclaimer. So it's an opinion because we give no opinions about African Americans. But the thing about that is, like for me, I have an African American wife, and I have an African American son, and I think one of the first things we have to start with is, yes, we know that you're taking our men away, and as men's supposed to lead. And I think that's the biggest problem we're having in our community. We don't have men leading. I think the part where we have to come from is we have to hold each other accountable as men to lead our families. And I'm not only talking about marriage, just period. As a man, if you have a child, you have to lead your child and teach them the way. You know, if you teach them the way, then like Rin just said, when somebody called him a square for doing something that's right, it wouldn't bother them because they understand that's the correct way to live. And I'm not saying you have to have a 9 to 5. You could teach people to be united. One of the biggest things I think as a man I try to do is teach my children how to unite. I think that's the biggest thing we have to learn to do is unity. Because even we look at the television right now, we're in a particular season, and you watch how they divide us. They'll tell us things.
It's systematic. It's
yeah,
systematic.
The dog whistle is there for us to pick a side. There's a dog whistle, and things are said, and we laugh about it. He like it's a joke, but we don't realize that, hey, all of us are one. Unity. I think that's the part that we have to start preaching. If we could unite, then we could move forward. Because if we one voice, then they have to answer to us. Because if one voice said we are tired of our 33% being incarcerated, then guess what's going to happen?
That percentage could go down.
It will go down because they'll have to change because we hold them accountable.
That's right.
But until we could unite with each other, we can't get anything.
But here's the thing. Our women have a big part to play in that role too, because as a strong black man, we need our women to stand behind us and know that you have a leader as a man, because a lot of times our women, they idolize the guys that are going to prison, right? They that's what they're looking for, because they feel like a man that has a 9 to 5 is not good enough for
But you see, that goes back to the whole part where I started with. We as men have to start at home, because if we start at home and we have our daughters and we teach our daughters that's not what they want, then they wouldn't want it, because they understand, they get it. Listen, when you plant a tree, if you don't put those things on it to make it stay steady, it's gonna grow in whatever direction you want to. You have to bend the tree while it's young. So if you teach, or you start at home, because you always start home, then your neighborhood, then your community, and so on and so forth. So we have to start from home, and then we could start talking about what we're doing as a whole.
Well, in the black community, we preach about unity a lot.
Yeah.
But what are we doing to actually push the black community to unity?
Only how you can unite, bro, is to teach. You have to teach. Excuse me.
Here's a perfect example. Look where we're sitting today. Normally we shoot or cast at your house or at our parents' house. Today we're trying something new. But we got Black Hands with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Black Hands.
Black Hands is definitely on our side.
But you see what I'm saying? That's how you start to unite. By
Showing support.
support.
Look, and where were you, Reem?
I mean, it goes back. Don was answering the question about, what are we doing for unity, saying we got to teach. So with the knuckleheads we have, because it's some of us, you have to bang their head a couple times before they understand. How do we reach those without letting them bang their head to the point where they are incarcerated in situations like
Sometimes you gotta let some die.
That's
Wow.
true.
Tough. But
Am I lying?
here's the thing.
No.
In order for you to move forward, some gotta fall off. In order for a tree to grow, you gotta prune it.
you do have
That's true.
Oh,
So some of those, some people you gotta leave them behind.
that's true.
Right?
You can't always.
In
move
order
forward
for
the
you to
same.
move forward, some people got to get left behind.
Look,
Am I lying?
For me,
So
it's,
those people that can't understand, you move forward.
for me, it's like it's showing support, right? Like if I see a black business, right? For me, I would try to show support, and sometimes in my mind I'm like, man, these prices are kind of high, for what you're trying to do, but I get it. It's part of the game. It's part of showing unity. And if I see someone
Well,
that has a black business that is trying to be an entrepreneur, and I can show them support, I will.
Well, here's the problem we have, though. And now we're going to talk about problems. Here's the problem we have. When somebody have a black business and we go into a black business, we always feel like we have to get a discount.
Yes.
And if you go into the white business, you ain't getting no discount.
You're not asking for a discount. You
go
don't
to
have
the-
that sense of
You go
entitlement.
into the Chinese business, the price is the price. When you go into a black business, the price
Is the price.
Right. So
And I think-
listen to this. Black community. Show support to your community, and stop thinking that just because it's a black owned, you deserve a discount, or
No.
you just go in and spend the money.
But
And spend it willingly.
Craig,
No,
I don't
like,
think even know what the money.
it's about the entitlement.
No, it's about the respect. We don't respect
Like
each
I
other.
said before,
We have to
some
start
of those people.
Go ahead.
Some of those people, you just gotta leave them behind. If you can't understand that, that's common sense. My grandma used to tell me, young man, common sense.
Ain't so
Ain't
common.
No, common sense is better than book sense.
That is true.
Because
Right.
common sense made book sense. She used to say that all the time.
So,
true.
so if you didn't have common sense, sometimes you gotta get left behind, bro. Sometimes you gotta sink. Sometimes you gotta let somebody drown, bro.
No, and it's true because I think we disrespect our own kind.
And
more than and you know what? I'm gonna bring up a good example. And yes, I'm going at Craig today.
Come at me.
I remember we went to a liquor store in Craig's neighborhood.
That's right.
And I'm not going to tell people where I live, but I live in an okay neighborhood. Wherever I go, I could touch what I want. And I went to the liquor store in Craig neighborhood, which is right next to my neighborhood.
So would you say
And
I don't live in a good neighborhood?
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. Wait.
You said you live in the hood spot.
You live in the hood spot.
All right. Okay, come on.
You in the new subdivision.
No.
In the old subdivision.
You're right.
I'm not going
Continue.
there. That's not what I'm
Continue.
going. Craig live in a good neighborhood also. But they moved that store into Craig's neighborhood and they lock everything up. And I went in there and I did not feel comfortable. And I voiced my opinion in there. And Craig was mad at me because Craig was like, well, me and this guy get along. But it wasn't about him and the guy getting along. It was about the principle. We take disrespect as a people.
We take it
No,
on the
let me
chin.
finish.
Okay.
We take disrespect as a people. And then with our people, we disrespect our people.
Yeah.
That is true.
And that is a problem because another guy walked in there and he kind of felt like Craig because he stays over there because I don't stay over here and the guy could be a nice guy. And then I told him, and when we went to we had a conversation, I was like, listen, the reason I feel this way is because they don't do that where they come from. They come into our neighborhood, take our money, and leave and spend in their neighborhood, and the dollar don't circulate in our neighborhood because that is part of the problem in our community also.
Right. So we don't have
Respect.
So here's the thing.
We have to respect ourselves.
If it was a black owned liquor store, I would still have the same issue if someone comes in and did that and voiced an opinion. I'd be like, look, wait, hold on, bro. This is my people. This is what I'm dealing with. You don't cause a rift in my relationships, right? Because of your opinion, right?
Well, I'm saying, just like Don said, sometimes
I'm gonna cut you off real quick.
Go ahead.
If me voicing my opinion disrupts your relationship with another establishment, that other establishment did not value that relationship with you in the first place. Because what I think has nothing to do with how you act and react within that establishment.
But it didn't.
But that's the point. The point I was making was about the respect factor, because part of our problem as African American, and now I'm moving into African American because now I'm married to one, so I'm one now. Yes,
You are what you eat.
That is true. But anyway,
Where are you now?
so the part of the problem is we let everybody else disrespect us, and we don't treat them with the same kind. Because look. We joke about it. It's been a running joke this week about our Haitian brothers. It's a running joke, and we laugh. Everybody's laughing, but they're disrespecting our people,
right.
and we're not standing up for our people and saying that is not acceptable.
And it goes back. Mom used to say it all the time. You check disrespect early, because they're gonna test the water to see what they can get
How
away
far they
with.
could go.
And then after a while, it just becomes widespread, and everybody starts to believe it.
And it's normal.
And now it becomes a stereotype.
And normal. It's okay to do it.
And for the black community, again, for us to get better, we also have to step away from stepping into stereotypes.
That's right.
We know that they expect us to look a certain way, to act a certain way, to talk a certain way, just because that's what people believe.
But here's the thing. Our own people do the same thing because let's say, for instance, I'm at the job, right? And I answer the phone. When I answer the phone, I'm professional. I handle myself in a professional manner. I speak with intelligence. I speak with proper grammar. And when you do that, and it's another black person standing in front of you, they're looking at you like, oh, he's a square. He's Uncle Tom. oh, I can't deal with him because he speaks with proper language. and they think, oh, well, you're disrespecting him because I don't like the way you're talking to me because I'm using proper grammar.
It goes back to what Timon was saying about teaching and leading from home, because growing up, I saw it in other households. When a kid come in and they were using proper grammar, their parents would be like, "Oh, you think you're white? Just because I can speak eloquently doesn't make me white. I'm still a black man I'm educated. That's what you sent me to school for."
And you see, there it goes again. Because even respect is the word for today. We must respect ourselves first. And if you
Absolutely.
respect yourself, you expect people to also respect you.
Absolutely.
And I think we have been dealing with the disrespect and letting people disrespect us. But we also have to respect ourselves.
So what you're saying, we need to learn how to love and respect ourselves first as a community,
yes.
and then it'll transfer.
Yeah, because
Right?
if they see us loving ourselves and respecting ourselves,
And we stand up
then,
for each other.
Then they realize I can't go and do that to
That's
them.
right.
Listen, I ran a marathon a few years ago, and I'll never forget my mom. My mom was there, and my mom was so excited when I finished the race, and she just ran and hugged and kissed. And this white lady was looking at me and looking at her like, "What the hell are they doing?" And I looked at her and said, "Yes, we hug and kiss too."
Yes,
And
absolutely.
she looked at me like, I was like, "Yeah, we do that. We show each other
Affection.
affection, and we're emotional just like you."
And that comes with teaching, Timon.
But yeah, because mom taught us that.
You said respect, right? You said respect,
Mhm.
and my thing was teaching.
And that
And going back to my original point,
Yeah.
my original point is passing the game on.
You're passing the
Yes.
game.
You
Yeah.
gotta
So-
teach.
so-
when you're in a position of power, when you're in a position of knowledge, when you're in a position of know-how, as a black person, don't keep it to yourself. Teach that young brother. Teach that young sister. Give it to them. Make it generational. Because that's what the other races do.
Yeah.
So what
They
you
make
say,
it generational. They pass it along from generation to generation. And that's what we're not doing. And that's why we're behind. Because we're not teaching. We're keeping it all to ourselves. Let's pass the knowledge on.
So
I agree.
would you
Come
agree
on.
that we need to flip the script rather than our young brothers who are looking to do better, looking for mentors? The mentors should be looking
we should
for
come.
young
We should be
brothers.
coming to our brothers.
Yes.
We should be meeting those kids in the street that's having a good time, that's having a hard time, right? And we should just talk to them.
You know what Craig
We should,
told
we
me
should
once?
just talk to them. We should say, "What's up, young man?
Yeah.
How you doing?"
You know what Craig told me one day? And I went at him already. You know, I'm giving him his flowers now. Craig told me one day, if you want to catch fish, you have to go by the water. You cannot catch fish sitting down at home. And I think, and Down, you're absolutely correct. When we become older and we have some kind of knowledge and some kind of understanding, I know I'm going to go back to the Caribbean a little bit. They say, let's reason. We have to reason with the younger people. Teach them what we know. You've been married for how many years?
16.
16 years? That's a good thing. Somebody who's just on their journey, you should be like, hey,
my deal is, and I can resonate with that because my daughter's dating a young black man, and it is, for me, I feel like it's my duty to show this young man how to be a man, right? In my way, right? How I treat my wife, you know, how I treat my daughters, and my goal, and hopefully he learns something from me, is to teach him what I know about, you know, raising a family.
Yeah.
You know, how to treat your kids, how to, you know what I mean, go about taking care of a household, and then hopefully he picks up something from me as he watched me. And that's what we need to do as parents, and as
black men.
as
Bro,
older
If
black
you-
men.
If you go back and you look at every black icon, right?
Mhm.
When we talking about music, we talking about the social rights movement. They're all young men, right? They're all young men, right? So why wouldn't we give our youths what we know?
The tools.
Why wouldn't we give the young men? Because look at Barack Obama. How old you think he was when he became the president? He was a young man.
Yeah.
Look at Bob Marley. He was
Young man.
generational when it comes to reggae music.
Yeah. And he was
And
he was in his
roots
20s.
reggae.
Yeah, his 20s.
Right? He
yeah.
died when he was 33, right?
Yeah.
34, Black Hand.
Yeah, I think
Pull it up.
Bob Marley.
I think
Bob
33.
Marley age.
He was 33.
Yeah. But you see, but
Right.
that goes back to you. We have to
So we
be
got
able
the-
to have conversations with people, the young people, and not only that. It all goes back to we know they're taking our fathers away. So
And that's a big
36.
Yeah.
He was a young man.
That's a big deal.
He was
Yeah,
a young
let me tell you
man.
something, man. And I have a very I'm very passionate about that because I believe that the more fathers we have in households and the less single mothers we have,
Absolutely.
the stronger the black community would be.
absolutely
Right?
And that's
And we need to
And in the black community, we need to get rid of the divide that we have growing now between our black mothers and black
Well, you know,
fathers.
that's another conversation.
but still,
Wait. That's another conversation. Because our sisters, sometimes they disappoint me. But that's a different conversation.
right?
to
No,
have.
I get that.
We're not going to have that one today.
No,
Maybe
we're not.
for next topic.
But what I'm
But
saying
on this
is
topic,
what I'm getting at is
It's still crucial.
It's crucial that we have our
parents.
fathers in the household with our children.
Yes.
And even if you have to kind of make a sacrifice, you got to sacrifice sometimes to make sure that,
Hold on.
I hear what
the
he's
generation is that the generation that is to come has what they need. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you can be a good father from a distance.
I mean, sometimes you can. Sometimes you can. Right? Sometimes you can. But
no, we need a fathers in the house.
we need households with
Yes, two
both parents.
Yes, that's important.
And we're lacking this in the
Fathers gotta be
African American
Yes,
community.
because you know what? Don said something, right? And in the
We
beginning
need-
of the
we-
conversation, he said, when you see the Hispanics, you see them. But if you ever realize, there's always two of them.
Right.
You know, Don also said something a couple episodes ago that it may not seem like it's on target, but it's on target for this also. We tend to focus so much on what we do wrong
Mhm.
rather than what we are doing right, and we don't look at our little wins.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Them little
For the
wins.
black community, we have to also
Celebrate.
celebrate our wins,
Our
and
wins,
stop
absolutely.
focusing
On what we don't
all
have.
our losses.
That's
Right.
true. That's so
Because-
And that's true. That
Once,
is true.
once you go down
But
the
that's-
rabbit hole, you go down the rabbit hole.
That's
It's
the
hard to come
media
back
though.
up.
They want to keep you. That's like big media.
Your separation.
Big media want to keep us
Separated.
depressed.
Yeah.
They want to keep us suppressed, depressed. Any kind of press. Anything they want to press, they press it.
They keep the pressure
They
on.
want to keep you just.
They want to keep the pressure
They just
on
want
you.
to press you,
They say
bro.
that's what you're supposed
So
to
they're
do.
gonna
Once you're on the ground, you
they,
put your
they're
foot on the
gonna
neck.
always show you negative stuff. They always want to rile us up. They always want to have us outraged. They always want to have us, against somebody and not united, but against somebody. You don't have to be united to be against something, do you?
No,
You know?
absolutely.
Right?
But that's why we got to learn how to think past our emotion.
Right? So that's what they want, though. So we got, and again, let's come back to teaching. I keep going back to teaching.
Yeah.
That's how you got to go in and you home in that young black man, and you say, young black man, use your anger to make something beautiful,
Right. Something
right? Something positive. If you angry, take that anger and turn it into positivity.
Don't tear up your neighborhood.
Don't tear up your neighbor. Take that anger and make something different. But guess what? They don't know that, but we do.
So we have to teach.
So we got to give them the game, and that's what
Absolutely.
we're missing. We're not
All right,
giving
so
our young black men the
we,
game.
we have to give him the game.
We have to give them the game.
So we have to how you say, we have to teach the young generation how to be men.
Yeah, if you
How to be real men.
Man, if you
Right?
you're out
But,
there
well, first-
and you taking care of your family and you a family man and you doing what you're supposed to do, and if you're a single man and you waking up every morning and you going to work, you cherish your family and you have a good thing going, pass that goodness on. If you see a young black man walking, I was walking the other day in my neighborhood, and I seen this young black man. He riding his bike in the middle of the street, and I looked at him, and he wouldn't get out the street. And I got out of my car, and he was looking at me like we were about to fight. But he's so used to another black man being combative with him, he didn't expect somebody to say, "Young man, what's wrong? You okay?" He didn't expect that. But when I asked him, "What's wrong? You okay?" his anger went away. Because he finally see a face that looks like his that actually cared.
Doesn't want to press.
Right?
Need somebody
That didn't
to talk
want to
to.
press him, right?
Yeah.
Right? So if we could do that and we could show those young men that anger is okay. Hone that anger in
Right.
and turn it into something good. Right? Because he wanted me to put my fist up. But I asked him if he was okay. And sometimes that's all you gotta do for somebody. Just say, "Hey, man, you okay?" And that person will open up. And they'll talk to you. And that's what we need to do as men that have something good going for us. Right? Something positive going for us. And we got something consistent that we do every day and is good. Give them the game, baby.
All right.
I want to give y'all the game. I promise. If anybody listen to me out there, if you see a young black man that look like, just say, "How you doing today?" And he gonna open up and talk to you. And have a conversation with him. Do that for me. Because next black man I see, or next youth I see, that looks like he having a hard time, I'm gonna ask him how he's doing.
And of course you're passionate about it. But we have come to the segment
What
here.
grinds your gears?
What-
What
what-
tans
what-
your hide?
What grinds you, Timon?
Okay.
Hey, this week's your week. You got like 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes
I
to.
don't need 2 minutes.
No, you got 2 minutes though.
Yeah, you,
I ain't gonna go 2 minutes. So, I have a job that make me travel a lot, and whenever you travel, especially long distance, you have to get on a plane. When the plane lands, sit your ass down when you're in the back. Do you hear me? You go into baggage claim. Stop trying to rush off the plane. We all go into baggage claim. Just be patient and sit your ass down. Let the row in front of you get out the plane and then get out. I'm
that's
tired of you guys
that's what
jumping up
grinds you.
and running through the aisle like you're going somewhere and you're going to baggage claim. Now I understand if you have a flight and you're catching a flight, they're normally gonna let you pass. But if you're going to baggage claim, just wait your turn. That's what grinds my gears.
Timon, you fly business class?
So I have. But
Well, fly business class, you don't have that problem.
it's not what flying. It's about people being patient. Because suppose I'm in business class and the person in front of me and behind me, they're still trying to run in
Yeah,
front.
but business class, you don't have to deal with all the riffraff.
Listen, it comes to what plane you're on. Sometimes there ain't no business class.
Stop flying
I am
Southwest.
riffraff.
Stop flying.
You coach.
I'm riffraff. I'm trying to get off the plane. Let me out. I've
You
been here too
get
long.
that economy ticket, huh?
Yup.
That one for like 2 cents.
So that's what grinds my gears. Just sit your ass
I'm
down.
All right.
All right.
All right, guys. So thank you for joining us today. We touched on some very very serious issues that we're having in the black community, and we hope that somebody out there sees this and understand what we're going through.
Hug somebody.
Yeah, we need to teach our youth. We need to teach our youth how to be young men and young women.
And respect each other.
And how to respect each other.
Yeah.
And how to respect yourself and love yourself. Catch us next week. Thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe,
Share.
share,
Share.
Comment.
comment.
Yeah.
Please comment. See you guys next week.